Now, in the previous part of this question, we found out the general equation of any tangent at a point P on this rectangular hyperbola H. This equation was y equals minus 1 over t squared x plus 12 over t. And we're told now that the tangent to H at the point A and the tangent to H at the point B meet at the point minus 9, 12, and we've got to find the coordinates of these 2 points A and B. Now, I do think it's a good idea to sketch the diagram. We'll put on those 2 tangents at A and B. It's going to look something like this. You can see that I've got A here and the tangent in green, and B is this point here and its tangent is in brown, and they meet at this point minus 9, 12. So how am I going to get these 2 coordinates A and B? Well, what I know is that since this is the general equation of a tangent, then minus 9, 12 must satisfy this equation at the points A and B. So all I need to do is substitute y equals 12 and x equals minus 9 into this equation, then solve that equation for t. It's going to be a quadratic equation. I can see that because of the t squared. So it's going to be 2 values of t. And then I can put those 2 values of t into this point P here, and they will correspond to the points A and B. So that's essentially the method. You might like to pause the video at this stage and just give this question a go. And come back in a moment and I'll work through it. Okay, welcome back if you did have a go at this. So let's just start by saying that minus 9, 12 is a point on the tangent. Okay, on the tangent. So that means that I can substitute these 2 values for y and x respectively into this equation. So therefore we're going to have 12, okay, equals minus 1 over t squared multiplied by x, x being the minus 9, and then plus 12 over t. Okay, got that far. So what we need to do now is say multiply throughout by t squared, get rid of the fractions here. So we're going to therefore have 12t squared equals, and here it'll be just plus 9, and then here it'll be plus 12t. Okay, well, I've got a quadratic equation, need to rearrange it, make it equal to 0, so we've got 12t squared minus the 12t minus 9 equals 0. And I could see that each of those terms is divisible by 3, so let's divide through by 3 at this stage. So we're going to get 4t squared minus 4t and then minus 3 equals 0. And I'm assuming that this is going to factorize, so we'll just go ahead, put a couple of brackets there, equals 0. And when I look closely, I can see that it's going to be a 2t and another 2t to give me 4t squared, and then I need a 3 and a 1. I'm going to have a minus 3 here and a plus 1 there. That should check out. Yes, it does. We got minus 6t and we've got plus 2t, so that's minus 4t. There you go. So that's factorized, and in the usual way then we would solve that by putting each of the factors equal to 0. So if 2t minus 3 equals 0, rearrange that, you're therefore going to get t equals 3 over 2. And if we have 2t plus 1 equals 0, t would equal minus a half. So let's have a look that when t equals the first value, 3 over 2, we can substitute this into the point P, and I can see that this is going to give us positive values for these 2 coordinates, so this must be the point A. So when t equals 3 over 2, A is going to be equal to 6 multiplied by t, t being 3 over 2, That's going to be the x coordinate, and as for the y coordinate, it'll be 6 over t, so that'll be 6 over 3 over 2. And if I clean this up, then we're going to have 6 times 3 over 2, that's going to be 9. And if I multiply top and bottom here by 2, I'm going to get 12 over 3, which is going to be 4. 9, 4 then. That will correspond to A there. And for B then, we've just got to say that when t equals minus a half, we'll come down here. Okay, when t equals minus a half, we therefore have that the coordinates of B are going to equal 6 times minus a half. We'll just show the working here. Okay, comma, and then 6 divided by t, 6 divided by minus a half. And so when we clean that up, we're going to have minus 3, and then for this one, minus 12. Okay, so there are coordinates for A and B. They didn't say which one corresponds to A and B, so you might well find that you've got A as being minus 3, minus 12, and B being the 9, 4. Just depends where you place them here. But 9, 4 and minus 3, minus 12 are going to be your answers. And by drawing a sketch, you can see that it seems to make sense. So one of the reasons why I'd always suggest drawing sketches for any coordinate geometry question. Okay, so I hope that's given you some idea then how to do that.